Welcome to Mr. Credit. We're live and local here in what is supposed to be sunny San Diego, more like gloomy San Diego today. We're bringing you the most important hour in radio, folks, because we're telling you everything they don't want you to know. And today they is going to be the Wall Street gangsters for sure, the government, and most definitely the credit bureaus. Now, I've spent the last few days out of town at a conference called the Credit Boot Camp in Dallas. It was awesome. I'm obviously sick, but that's because in Dallas, when it's 86 degrees, everybody has to put the AC on. It was like 58 in the conference room, and when you have a shaved head like me, you get sick. There's just no way around it. So we've got that going on, but I've got my echinacea tea here. Thanks to Brooke, I got a cough drop going, and we're going to make this thing happen. Now, there's too much important stuff. There's way too much. Now, you're hearing a lot of things about the government. You're hearing a lot of things about robo-signers, foreclosures, the Obama administration. You're hearing about all these things in the media right now. And everything that everybody's giving you is a huge dance around ding-dong. It's all wrong. Today, you will learn the truth. Now, I also figured out something while I was in Dallas. It's one of my favorite places in the world. Why is every other person 300 pounds? It's because of the barbecue. I ate barbecue twice while I was there. I didn't need to eat anything else the whole week. I probably still wouldn't even need to eat today. It was unbelievable how good it was. Ribs falling off the bone. Just fantastic. But they get you where it hurts. I mean, I couldn't eat for like at least 6 to 8 hours after this. So I skipped dinner. I just eaten lunch. But anyway, pretty crazy. Great stuff, and I learned a ton. I'm going to share a bunch of it with you today. Got a breaking story I want to get to here before we hop on it, because we got to jump right to it. I'm not even going to talk about Chargers because my Rams beat them and nobody wants to hear that. But we do have to talk about former Charger, Junior Seau. Now, I just saw this morning, and I guess this happened early this morning. Former Charger Junior Seau was hospitalized after his SUV plunged off a cliff along the beach in Carlsbad, just hours after being arrested on domestic assault charges. So Junior Seau,
I ain't one of those front door kind of guys. I come through the back door.
12-time Pro Bowl linebacker, who apparently went through the front door on this one, suffered minor injuries at 8:42 a.m. It's this morning, a few hours ago, 3 hours ago. Carlsbad Police Lieutenant Kelly Kane said, and this is the same Carlsbad Police Lieutenant who was being interviewed about the shooting last week. Busy person. Oceanside Police arrested Seau, 41. He's only 41. I thought he was like 50. Around 12:20 a.m. on assault charges. Now, 12:20 at night, so midnight, involving his 25-year-old live-in girlfriend. Police had been called to the Oceanside home on South Strand about 10:15 on Sunday. So it was 10:15 in the night when they were called there, but they didn't arrest him for 2 hours. After the woman reported Seau assaulted her during an argument, she suffered minor injuries but did not require medical treatment. The former NFL player was not at home when the officers arrived, but returned after talking to them on the phone. He was taken into custody and booked on suspicion of spousal assault with injury into a Vista jail, where he posted bail and was released. So he went to the Vista jail, was released. A few hours later, he was involved, Junior Seau, was involved in a one-car crash off Carlsbad Boulevard near Solimar Drive. Now, I've seen pictures right now of this car, and I mean, he literally drove it off a cliff. I mean, this thing was, when you're driving, picture Torrey Pines golf course. I mean, picture La Jolla when you kind of are at the top there on those cliffs and you're looking down at the ocean. It's one of those. He just drove right off of it. I mean, the front end of this Escalade is smashed. Wow. He was heading south along the roadway in his 04 Escalade. Dang, 04 Escalade? Come on, Junior. He gets paid more than that, doesn't he? The front end of the Escalade hit the rocks and then flipped around. Wow. He was alone and conscious when rescuers arrived to help him on the vehicle. This is crazy. So, I mean, this is just a big deal because so many people here love Junior Seau, and you got to love him. I mean, there's a lot of reasons. Not just all the quotes, I'm not retiring. Gosh, I wish we had that one. But all the years that he played for the Chargers, 13 years with the Chargers. He was in 12 consecutive Pro Bowls when he was on the Chargers team, co-MVP. I mean, an amazing guy here in San Diego. Amazing. But it's just one of those things that, I mean, in fact, he even signed a one-day contract in 06 when he gave that retirement speech with the Chargers so that he could retire technically with the team. And it was really interesting because he did that to retire, then said he wasn't retiring, he was graduating. And then he played like 5 years with New England after that. But anyway, so just a really interesting situation going on here. A lot of people want to know what's going on. There isn't much to report other than that. Sale got arrested for spousal abuse, and then he drove off a cliff. I mean, you know, they say there's a lot of things like this that happen to NFL players once they get, you know, out of the game or they get away from the game, that they don't know what to do with all of their anger. You know, because they get to imagine getting that much anger out on the field and practicing and lifting weights and doing all this stuff, and then all of a sudden not having an avenue to release all that energy, that anger that's pent up. This is a common problem. Common problem. The only reason we're looking at it today is because it's Junior Seau. That's our guy. What is he doing? But the truth is the truth, and there it is. I'm going to bring it to you. So I'll let you know. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled on this thing. If anything comes up during the show, we'll give you an update. But as of right now, he's okay, but I'm sure there's going to be more to come based on that. Here's something that popped out today also that was really interesting. Apparently, the new CPR guidelines actually limit mouth-to-mouth. Now, we've been saying that CPR forever, you're supposed to do the mouth-to-mouth. If you've been CPR certified in the past 50 years, well, they changed it. I mean, they just changed it. So after half a century of advocating essentially the same CPR routine, the American Heart Association is rolling out new guidelines Monday that fully endorse chest compressions as the go-to method. So, hey, if you were CPR certified before, you might need to take another look at it. I had my certification a while back. I'm interested in this because I have a young one, and I'm going to check it out. I thought you might be interested to know that as well. Chest compressions are apparently the go-to method, according to the American Heart Association. So let's get right to it before I get to an email. I learned so much about the credit bureaus. I've got so much dirt on the government and the big banks, I don't even know where to begin. So I'm going to start with what you're noticing. And someone actually asked me this a few months ago. Why is it so easy when I go to the credit bureau websites to dispute an account or a mistake on my credit report? Why is it so easy for me to do that, Mr. Credit, if you tell me that that's something that costs the credit bureaus money and that they're only interested in making money? Well, you know what the credit bureaus did? The same thing they always do. They look at things, they figure out ways to take things that cost them money and turn it into a profit center. Turn it into a way to make money. And they've done this exact same thing. This is why, if you go to the bureau websites, anywhere you go, you're going to see all over the place. Click here to dispute an account on your report. That's what they're going to say. It's going to be everywhere. Because what the bureaus are doing is now they're charging the data furnisher. They're charging the creditor 25 cents in order for them to review the account and send the notification to them. Remember this is how it works. Whether you send a dispute to the credit bureau on paper, whether you do it online, doesn't matter. It still goes into that eOscar system. It's electronic. They electronically send a message to the creditor saying, hey, can you verify whether this is correct or not? And now they're charging that creditor 25 cents for it. So they're actually making money on it per dispute. So keep in mind, if you're disputing 10 items, they're making $2.50 on it. And they're doing it all electronically. Take that times the 20,000 disputes they receive a day. You got it. They're making a killing on disputes. Something that they shouldn't even be looking at making money on. The dispute process is ridiculous. You're supposed to get a fair investigation. What is it about an electronic message that's sent to a creditor that justifies the word investigation? It doesn't exist, folks. It doesn't exist. You know, 10% of the credit bureau's earnings are from identity theft? Are you aware of the fact that they don't want to protect you from identity theft? Oh, you wouldn't believe it. But remember the number, and I'm going to tell you a ton about this. I've got so much to tell you about identity theft, you won't believe it. But the number one thing they don't want you to know about, the one thing that you've got that's good for you, that's bad for them, that's bad for everyone else involved, creditors, is Chapter 7 bankruptcy. It's the one weapon that we have in this fight, in this debt battle, in this bad economy, to level the playing field. Remember, with Chapter 7, you get to eliminate all of your credit card debt, delete it for good. Medical bills, collections, even if you have some IRS tax debt, wage garnishments, judgments, all kinds of stuff. You can stop foreclosure, protect yourself from short sales, second mortgages. I mean, so many things. Did I mention your credit score goes higher? Almost every single time. It only takes 100 days to go through Chapter 7. 100 days, and you're out. All these things you've heard about, it takes years to go through bankruptcy. That's Chapter 13. It's a totally different ball game. If you want to become debt-free, if you want to take and make the most of a bad situation, make the most of a bad economy, make the most of an unfortunate, scenario where maybe someone has lost a job in the home, look at Chapter 7. Become educated about your options. You can use it to actually help your credit. It's crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true, and they don't want you to know this. Trust me on this one. Look, if you want to get your questions answered about Chapter 7, you have to call the best bankruptcy attorney in Southern California. His name is William McDonald. He's a frequent guest to the show. He's a great guy, and he's the best bankruptcy attorney by far. You won't regret it. Call William McDonald today, 858-437-0103. That's 858-437-0103, so you can become debt-free. When we come back on Mr. Credit Radio, we're going to talk about why the credit bureaus don't want to help you with identity theft. And I'll tell you exactly what you need to avoid and what they're trying to get at you for. Mr. Credit Radio, ESPN 1700. We'll be right back.
If you have questions about your credit, call 858-673-4299. That's 858-673-4299 to speak with Mr. Credit, or go to MrCreditRadio.com.
She's somehow closer now. Softly smile, I know she must be kind.
I've worked with plenty of different mortgage companies in San Diego, and while there are some who do a great job, there is only one that I can say is truly the best in the business. The Craig Sewing Lending Group provides an experience and expertise in real estate financing that is absolutely second to none. I've known Craig for a dozen years, and I know you would be satisfied working with him. Call 888-880-9500. That's 888-880-9500, or go to craigsewing.com if you're interested in buying real estate in Southern California. It's also worth considering the terms on your loan if you already own property. Rates are at levels that just absolutely boggle the mind right now, and chances are you could save some easy money here. Call Craig Sewing today, 888-880-9500, and tell him Mr. Credit sent you. That's 888-880-9500, or online at craigsewing.com.
The Citizens continue to strive for better technology for the country to ensure security for everyone. The Citizens also expect their personal rights to be protected as well. The government will continue to fight for the rights of the citizens. This message is brought to you by the federal government.
Well, you bought her a car, you bought the house, you even bought her that rock. Oh, but now you'll call 1-800-DIVORCE, so she won't clean your clock.
Hey men, if you're facing a divorce, custody, or child support issue, don't go it alone. You need the professionals at 1-800-DIVORCE to help protect your rights.
This is Rick Jones of the law firm Goldberg & Jones. Selecting the right attorney for your divorce is one of the most important decisions a man can make. Even though your case may last only a few months, the impact lasts a lifetime. Our firm represents husbands and fathers in divorce, custody, and child support cases.
Call 1-800-DIVORCE. Get your phone questions answered at no charge. That's 1-800-DIVORCE, serving the entire greater San Diego area.
Call 1-800-DIVORCE.
Are your wages being garnished? Are you sick of seeing your paycheck be less than what you really earned? If you have any judgments that might be garnishing your wages and you would like to make it stop, filing for Chapter 7 bankruptcy relief could allow you to eliminate any judgments and all of your credit card debt.